Our next speaker is, man, you see this guy out on the corner all the time. I mean, he's that guy that you think, man, boy, it's cold, it's 20 degrees outside, he's crazy for standing outside with the flag and the signs, and God love him. He's also the head of the steering committee for the Cecil County Patriots. He's always in Harford County, always everywhere. I saw him in Delaware at one of our healthcare events, and he's just a true patriot, and I'm proud to introduce Al Reasen. Thanks, Al, for being here.
Well, I didn't bring my teleprompter, so I'll have to use it. Okay, evening. I'm Al, the corner guy. Hoping to retire November 2nd. So, vote properly so I can retire again. Voting is a basic right in a representative democracy, and the people must not let it be corrupted by any group, including government. Otherwise, the trust is broken. In our country's history, such corruption is usually centered in local jurisdictions. In 1946, returning World War II veterans found that the local government in Athens, Tennessee was involved in an election fraud and voter intimidation. The federal government had investigated and fraud charges were found, but had never been prosecuted. When the XGIs and other citizens challenged the corruption on August 1st of that year, the now forgotten Battle of Athens ensued. The governor mobilized the guard, however it was never sent. The battle centered on the sheriff's office, since his department had supported the corruption. A number of people were wounded, and the next day the sheriff's department surrendered and fair elections ensued. Woo! Some localities permit illegals to vote or have allowed cumulative voting after federal government lawsuits. An example of cumulative voting is in Fort Chester, New York. Historically, of the council members on the ballot, voters could vote for 6. Now they are allowed to vote 6 times for one candidate to empower the Hispanic minority. I view that as corruption of the one person, one vote American concept, regardless of the motives. One of the worst, if not the worst, national electoral frauds was the bipartisan corruption during the 1876 election. Following widespread ballot stuffing and intimidation of blacks, causing suppression of their votes, Democratic Samuel Tilden received more votes than his opponent, Rutherford B. Hayes, with 20 electoral votes in dispute. Lost my place. The secret deal was struck, now called the Compromise of 1877, to abandon Reconstruction in the South and the withdrawal of the remaining federal troops protecting blacks, the Southern scalawags, and Northern carpetbaggers. In exchange, the election was handed to the Republican Hayes. I was angered during the 2000 election fiasco that the media and the different levels of government ignored that the military ballots were not counted. An unbelievable disgrace. In many states, until a Supreme Court ruling in 1997, a candidate could run under more than one party label, and that each candidate's election total was the addition of all votes received under each party. Mr. Obama was elected the first time under that method. It is time that we, the people, reject politicians who will not publicly refute. We reject politicians who will not publicly refute those who will corrupt our election process and take actions to safeguard our electoral system. Judge their actions, not their words. Please vote November 2nd for candidates representing the Tea Party values. Thank you.